Hi guys, this is Alex from Mason Lifestyle. I hope everybody is doing well. I took a little break last week because the kids were still on time off from school, but thank God this week they are back to school. There were a couple of grouchy faces this morning that the party is done and that they're back in school, but they'll get used to it, right? We all do. So I thought it would be good to do a little looking back at 2022 and then set some goals for 2023 that we can always look back and kind of check off and see what we want to do. So I thought that kind of do a little recap on 2022. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but when I look at it, you know what? It wasn't so bad. So I got to grow the channel. A couple of more of you are here, and I am so happy and thankful that you are here. I also got to do a collaboration in the fall with Style Maker Fabrics, which I absolutely love. I love their fabrics. I love that they are in the US, especially after we lost fabric.com, which I got a lot of apparel fabric from them. Probably because I usually get a lot of Robert Kaufman fabrics and a lot of Telio fabrics, but it was nice to know that Style Maker Fabrics is there for me and they have what I need. I also got to tell you guys about Minerva and how I've been collaborating with them and doing sew-alongs. And anytime that there's a new sew-along, I will go ahead and link it in the community tab. And guys, they have quite a bit of sew-alongs, and we're working a few more. So hoping that that collaboration continues because I really love working with them. They have so many different fabrics. Although they are a small business, they are owned by a family in the United Kingdom. They have so much fabric, so many unique things. And now if you guys have checked out their website, they now have fabrics that are exclusive to Minerva, different prints, especially viscose challis, which, you know, I bought quite a bit again from fabric.com because they were close. But it's nice to know that they have filled the need and they have filled the void. So very happy to be working with them. I also did pattern testing for Chalk and Notch for their Evelyn skirt and their sun tote, which was absolutely so fun. And their drafting is pretty amazing, I would have to say. By the time I get that pattern, it's the changes that they do to those patterns are pretty minimal. Same thing with Jennifer Lauren Handmade. I also got to do pattern testing for them, and I just got done finishing pattern testing something for her. And it's just nice to know that you get those patterns to be tested and they're in pretty good shape. So by the time that things are updated, what is going out is it's pretty updated to us pattern testers with just quite a few couple of tweaks, right? But I thought it would be good to look at kind of like some goals for that I set for myself for 2022, and then kind of perhaps set some goals for 2023. And I kind of need a little bit of help from all of you at the end, so stay tuned. So one of my goals for last year was to make a pair of stretch jeans, and I knew it was going to be an odyssey, and sure enough, it was. I tried to fit the ginger jeans from Classic Core Patterns, and I tried their Morgan jeans, but guys, I could not get them fitted. And I'll get a little bit back to that. I could not get them fitted, so I tried a Palmer Plettish pattern, and I was able to fit that, and I was fairly happy with that. But it's not stretch, and I really want to make sure I do a pair of stretch jeans. And mostly because what I wear during the day is mostly stretch fabrics. I am a busy mom, and you know, when I am here, if I'm not here, I am either working out, going for walks, taking my brigade of beagle dogs on walks. So I'm pretty mobile, or I'm just doing something. So I need things and fabrics that just stretch with me. Even if it's woven, I need it to stretch. Hence why I wanted to make a pair of stretch jeans. So I'm going to start working on a pair of Ash jeans from Megan Nielsen. I've heard a lot of good stories about them, and they have a boot cut leg that I really like versus a skinny or a straight leg. So I'm going to work on that. And guys, I'm going to be working and doing that with the top down center out method. I just tried it for so long that I did for Minerva. They wanted a pair of pants, and of course, I'm just like the little voice says, do a muslin. And I did, and I'm glad I did, but I went ahead and did the top down, center out method, and I could not believe how fast I was able to fit these pants. It was somewhat shocking how fast I was able to fit this pants. So probably that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing this weekend, just doing a muslin for the Ash jeans, and keeping in mind that, of course, right, they're stretch jeans, they're made to be stretched. So I'm going to have to work a little bit with that. But yeah, it's still one of the things that I'm going to be doing. And I hope that perhaps that if you are a little bit uncertain about making pants, that you give this a try. I've talked to Ruth, the pretty much the person that invented the method, and she has said that some people have been very resistant on learning it. And I reminded her that perhaps people already have a way of fitting pants that they're comfortable with, that they know, and that they are just going to stick with it no matter what, right? And then there are some other people that are just open to it. Here's what I have to say: whatever way works for you, go ahead and do it, right? If tissue fitting is it for you, if cutting pattern, slashing here, adjusting there, if that is for you and it's working for you, by all means, keep doing that. If you want to learn something new, definitely the top down, center out method, I highly recommend it. There is a lady that has a YouTube channel called Crooked Hem, and she has been wonderful at explaining it. So I'll go ahead and link that on my website so you guys can kind of follow her. She does an amazing job of explaining it, of going through it, of going through the whole method. So definitely one thing, if you want to make pants this year, that you should perhaps try. I also said that I wanted to do more dresses and samples with a jacket or another garment to go with that. And guys, I made the Cynthia Rowley K2443, and I'll put a picture up. I liked it, but I have to be honest with myself. I don't dress myself in ensembles. I dress myself in what's lovingly called orphans, meaning a t-shirt, a pair of pants, a skirt, a blouse, a top. I just kind of like combine things. Or perhaps I have a knit dress and I throw on a cardigan, a pair of sandals, or a pair of sneakers. So I kind of throw things together. That's why sometimes you see a lot of neutral fabrics, nothing with a lot of prints, just because I mix and match throughout the day. So I'm going to do more of that. I did look cute on that Cynthia Rowling ensemble, and it looked great for church, which I used it for, still have it. But I really want to make sure that this year I am making more things that I will use on my day-to-day versus something that perhaps I'm not going to use quite often, right? I also said that I wanted to try more indie patterns, but I will try to focus on patterns that are printed. Call me cheap, but I just can't see myself paying $18 for a PDF pattern and then spending 2 hours piecing it all together and paying another $15 to have the pattern printed. Well, let me tell you something. Boy, what a year has been, and my mind has changed on that quite a bit. And don't get me wrong, I love a printed pattern. I love seeing the envelope. I love seeing the instructions, especially as printed, like Atelier and the Buttons patterns. They are beautiful. But there is a beauty of just hitting download, getting the pattern, getting the file, saving it on my files, especially if I'm doing a pair of pants that I have to make a ton of adjustments on, and then that I want to cut here, or I want to just adjust the crotch curve, or I want to cut it over here and I want to extend, right? So it gets to my waist, or I want to cut it a little more at the bottom. So if I have a PDF pattern, I can print this 1,000 times, right? But with a printed pattern for tissue, I have to perhaps trace it and do my corrections and, kind of put it off to the side. So I have to say my thinking on that has changed. And it's okay to change. It's okay to kind of change your ways. I also love that I can store my patterns in my computer and I know exactly what I have. So that has been nice. And I will say I have had some patterns that printed are like 100 pages. I know that. I was looking at the Charlie Crafton from Classic Core, and I was looking at like, okay, well, how many pages is this? It was like 100 pages. It's like, we're going to be ordering that printed pattern. I'm not going to be getting my printer to that. That made no sense. But if I am making pants, you can bet that I am just going to download the pattern and piece it together. Number 4, talking about pants. I said I wanted to make more pants. I love dresses, and yes, I do, but gosh, I want to make more pants. And I did. I did the Danny pants. I did the Lander pants. I did both of those in shorts. I did the pair of jeans. And I have to say, if you find a pair of pants that fit you well, by all means, keep making them. I know that this year I had downloaded the Mitchell trousers from Classic Core, and I have not had a chance to make those. I know I also got some summer patterns from Vogue that I have not even opened them, but I know that those are in my sites. And of course, like I just told you, I downloaded the Ash jeans from Megan Nielsen, and I'll be making those too. Pants rule. Slow sewing. As much as I want to wear my makes immediately, I want to do a little bit more slow sewing. And I have to say, I have been pretty good at that. I mean, I made that coat in the month of December, and it took me quite some time because I was fitting it, I was matching stripes, and it was just so nice to take my time with that one. It really was, guys. And I know I didn't kind of do a sew along for it, but it was just so nice to put a movie in the background and just really work on things and think about it. And, if I felt like one day I had to stop and think about it and come back another day and finish it, then I could do that. So definitely going to be doing a lot more of that, but hoping to take you on that trip with me next time. And it may be a series of videos versus just one video. Post more of my finished garments, guys. I have to say, I'm not so great about this one. I really have to do a better job of it. And, I hate to say it, but I'm just going to be honest here. And sometimes I'm just worried about what some of you are going to say, like, she looked fat, or God, that looks horrible on her. And I think all of you have been wonderful and perhaps not commenting when I do, but I'm human. I'm insecure about some things sometimes. I'm getting a little older. My body has been changing for the last year. Hello, pre-menopause. My doctor told me some things are going to start happening, and boy, have they ever. So I'm definitely going to try to post those makes and show you what I'm making, but know that some days I'm not so confident about that, and now you know why. So I also said, what do I want to avoid in 2022? Buying patterns that don't suit my body. I'm kind of getting there. There are some things that I'm like, oh, that would look so cute on me. And they don't. And I still don't know why I have some of those patterns. I'm probably going to sell some patterns, or just donate them, or get rid of them, or sell them, because there are some things that I just know they're not gonna look good. And I would say just get used to the fact that those patterns are just not gonna work for me, and it's okay. It's okay if I don't make them. Stop buying fabric without a purpose. I'm going to say I'm a confident improver on that. I actually think I did pretty good. I'm really kind of thinking about things. How would I wear this? What would I make with it? Do I really need 4 yards? No, I don't. I only need 2.5. And this is the pattern I'm making for it. Okay, now I'm ready to buy. Go ahead and buy. But I will tell you, there are some times that I just see something and I'm like, oh, I really like that. Liberty Fabrics, cotton lawn for 15 bucks a yard. I must have 3 of those. Boom, buy, and let me figure it out later on. So, as I said, confident improver on that one, and I think it's okay. I'm really trying to focus on this month of just using the fabric that I do have, which I showed you guys. End of December, I bought quite a bit of fabric on Black Friday. So I'm just trying to focus again on the fabric that I have versus buying more fabric and adding to the stash, right? Being so hard on myself if something is not perfect. This one's kind of tough, and I'll tell you guys why. I just cannot unsee things that, like perhaps seams that are not straight or invisible zippers that are not invisible. I know that I had one, and let me tell you something, that dress is now on the donation pile. I thought about poaching the zipper, but I said, you know what? Donation pile and somebody else can enjoy this make. I did not care for it at all. So try not to be so hard on myself, but also realize that I'm not perfect, that, maybe a seam might not be completely straight, but I just, there is a lady in Peloton that tells you how you do anything is how you do everything. So I feel like if you put no effort into a make, right, and to make it nice and beautiful, it just keeps ballooning, right? Like, okay, well, I don't care if this seam doesn't match over here, or I don't care about that over there, or the hem's a little crooked. It's going to be okay. It just feels like it balloons versus let me stop, let me fix it, and I'm happy with this garment and I'm going to wear it. Another one that I said for 2022 that I wasn't going to take more projects that I can comfortably handle. And I have to say, at the end of the year, I got a couple of requests for collaborations, and I love these people, but I know that December is usually kind of like a crazy month for me. And from the floral days, guys, I just remember that December was just such a blur. That there was never time for family, enjoying myself, feeling the holiday spirit, putting up a Christmas tree, right? There was never that because it was just constant work and a lot of overnight work because, of course, you decorate stores in the evenings and not during the day, on the day you get ready for it. So I really wanted to make sure that I enjoyed my holiday, that I spent time with my kids, that I had time to put up a Christmas tree and just be at peace. Sometimes that's all you want, especially as I'm getting older. That's kind of like all I want. All I wanted to be is at peace, and I was able to do that. I have to say no to some collaborations. And guys, I gotta tell you, sometimes I spare you from some of the requests that I get for advertising on the channel and on my website, like violent video games. No. Or jewelry inside chocolates? No. Or shoes that nobody's gonna wear? No. So I've just said no to quite a bit of things, and I'm okay with that because I know none of you will enjoy any of that. So that has been that has been good. And I will continue on with that one. Goals for 2023. I'm thinking the goals for 2022 are pretty darn good. Are pretty darn good, guys. And I really do. I'm hoping to get a lot more collaborations, perhaps with a sewing machine company. I would definitely love to grow and kind of be an ambassador for a sewing machine company. And I'm going to just put that out there for the world. I love my collaborations with Style Maker Fabrics and Minerva. I definitely think that they are two very strong companies that that fill a need and a void in our industry. So I definitely want to see both of those companies grow. I love working with them. They're good people. Some of you have also requested information on what size do I cut for patterns. So perhaps what I'm going to do is tell you a little bit more prior to so long, maybe a day or two before, and tell you about what changes I've made to the pattern itself. What size did I cut? Why did I cut it? Just kind of bring you on that part of the sewing process, so you perhaps are a little bit more in tune with what I'm doing, and perhaps show you a little bit more of the fitting process, just so you can see like kind of like where am I at and what am I looking at, right? So I will do that. I'm also going to continue to do our using commercial patterns to copy some of those ready to sew patterns. I think you guys really enjoy that. It also helps me to kind of think of sewing plans. What do I want? What do I don't want? Right? Plus it helps me because like I told you guys, who wants to pay 60 bucks for a pair of shorts when you can do it for 25 with notions included in a sewing pattern? So going to continue doing those. I'm also going to try to do some more Vogue sew along videos. There are some of their patterns are a little bit more involved, and it's probably going to have to be broken down in a couple of days versus just one day. And I usually just try to do one day in case that someone is trying to just reference, right, a pattern because they're perhaps stuck in putting a sleeve or gathering here, or what the heck did those instructions said. So I think what I'm going to start to do is perhaps break them down a little more, especially for Vogue sewing patterns that are that take a little longer, right? Perhaps to aligned dress, and see how I tackle all of that. And this is the part that I kind of need a little bit more of your help. What do you guys want to see more in the channel? Do you want to do more sew-alongs from perhaps indie patterns, right? I don't tend to do them because a lot of indie designers do their own, or perhaps somebody did them. But would you be interested in that? Do you want to see more pattern reviews? I try to review a lot of my patterns and pattern review and put them there, or at least put them in my website when I do a sew along, or kind of alert you with, we're going to do this sew along, but watch out. There's some serious issues here. Do you want to know how I fit my garments? Do you want to learn how do I fit my pants? Perhaps with the top down, center out method. So let me know what you would like to see more in the channel in the comments below. I love comments from all of you, and you know that I try to respond to all your comments. And of course, when you have any questions, I try to respond, just because I know that you're talking to me and you're letting me know, hey. So that's it. Those are my goals for 2023. Let me know, do you guys have some goals for this year for yourselves? Is it perhaps to sew a garment per month, right? Is perhaps to embrace your body as it is right now and make yourself a beautiful, well-fitting make? Let me know in the comments below. Want to hear about what goals do you guys have for this year. All right, guys, I will see you next time.